Right, so a couple of years ago, 21 Pilots released an album called Vessel, and it's the biggest album because they got sponsorship off Fuel by Raymond, not a sponsorship, a record deal. And they became quite big. Like, they're not a massive name, but a lot of people know them. Anyway, I digress. A couple of months ago I got this album because I'd heard many of the songs on the internet for about a year or so, and I was a big fan of Car Radio. Car Radio was a song that spoke to me. It was special. It was a song which felt like it was made for me, and a lot of people felt that way, and it became massive. And I loved them, and like they knocked Linkin Park out, my favourite band ever. So here they are now, and yeah. So recently, Blurryface was released as well, which is what you're obviously here to see. And off Amazon recently, I ordered this, which came with it. Obviously it wasn't in the frame, it is in the frame now, I wouldn't have touched it and I feel dirty for touching Tyler's handwriting. But there it is. And it's beautiful. Look at it. That looks so good in there. And I'm gonna, like, this isn't my house. I broke in here to feel sorry for myself. No, I'm away, because most of my family's in Spain, so I came to live with my aunt in London because I don't like Spain. But anyway, so here's the album. And here's what I want to share with you today, my thoughts and opinions on it. I could go through the lyrics all day, but I'll just leave that to Genius, because they do a good job. But something about Genius is that they try to find religion in all of his songs, which can be true, but not here, I don't think. Anyway, so here's the CD. The acknowledge for click there, and here as well. Oh, it's my camera's recognising it as a face. But yeah, click's recognised. It says Blurryface there. That's upside down. It says Blurryface. And 21 Pilots. Then the logo's there. So let's put the disc in over here because I stole my auntie's radio just to play CDs for the afternoon. So let's have that on the background whilst we're listening. Here we go. Turn it down a bit because it's late here. But nah, keep it at 35. There we go. Heavy Duty Soul. So we have a very nice cosmetic of O's with strike throughs on it. Again, look, click. It feels like it's a company logo. The fan base is being like sponsored. English barcode. In here is my favourite bit, because you can see the 9 dots which are on there, but the thing what's special about it is this. This comes out of it. Moves out there and you've still got the 9 dots. But it's also a face. And it fits perfectly over it. And there's even gaps for places which should be there. And I think that's really well thought out. So yeah, so we've got this empty box now which we don't need, but Blurryface in interviews with Tyler Joseph was described to be the thing which held him back, his like insecurities, and that's why this album was made. And even here in the thanks, because he thanks the haters and discriminators and stuff, and it says before we and to Blurryface for inspiring this retaliation. So this is kind of made to combat him. Those 9 dots are a restriction of Blurryface. He blurs it out, he changes it, and he restricts what we can see. So we're forced to only see those 9 dots on the album. And remove it, we still see this disfigurement, we still see him trying to prevent Tyler getting out, his creativity flowing, and he blocks us, and he holds us at a barrier, and you can see it, he's kind of disfiguring what might be Tyler's face, we don't know, but like, because you can make out eyes there, but he's still trying to hold us back. We can see the 9 things, like the 9 things which are biggest have gotten out, obviously, and all these represent different things here, and we'll go into that shortly. But anyway, so if we remove this, we can see there's 14 different patterns, and each of these. Oh, and what would you know? There were 14 different songs. What a coincidence! But yeah, if we open up the album, we have the credits first on the left, and he even thanks his parents. So, there you go, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Mr. and Mrs. Dunn. But Tyler Joseph is also Mr. Joseph, and Tyler Joseph's wife is Jenna Joseph now. So here we have all the lyrics, which we don't need to go into because you can buy the album. So if we look at here, you can see this pattern, and we can associate this pattern with here. What's here? And we can do the same again. We can associate this pattern, stressed out, to be this here. And again, ride is up here. It's up here, because the same pattern's down there. Which is quite an interesting concept, because if we put this over it, that's clear. So it goes like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And it's like, why are 2 and 3 these red figments? Well, because this is about like introducing Blurryface. Even in the lines it says, like, here we go, it's talking about his insecurities, but even says my name is Blurryface, and that's Blurryface obviously talking. So like, that might be why that's highlighted. And ride is about like the idea of death and killing other people, so obviously, and it's like bleeding out, it's bleeding into corners, it's infecting other things. Like message man is about, like, you know, by definition message man is infecting it, ideas, stretching it out. But yeah, if we remove Blurryface, Tyler's creativity comes out and we have all these. And I'm pretty sure I know these off by heart now. Heavy Dirty Soul, Stressed Out, Ride, Fairly Local, Tear My Heart, Lame Boy. That was even on the music. That was on these two on the released music videos, and I think these were released one after another because they're next to each other. This is Da Vinci Code, people. But yeah, so Lame Boy, The Judge, and I think this is really clever because these can both look like bars and eyes staring at you, and that's really weird. So like, even if we put the Blurryface thing back on it, like the eyes still make the way out the chin bit here, just peering over, glaring, judging you. Like, Blurryface is obviously the judge, like, trying to point out everything he does wrong. The fingerprint is polarised, and I don't know why. Like, maybe if we take a quick glance at the lyrics. So, like, I don't get it. Like, he talks about running and denying and denial. Maybe that's why his fingerprints are all over the idea of it, and he's, like, trying to escape it, but the evidence is there, laying against it. And like, so like now we have We Don't Believe Us on TV, which is this one, and that's looks like, you know, signals and shit, static. So then we have Hometown, which is that one, and I think that's because of like city lights and travelling, and that's what it looks like zooming past, and Not Today is when you're standing still, and things being like shown into your face, because it's like the song is about like tearing down windows. It's like you've got that flash in your face, and that's what that is. And then Goner is doves, like Blurryface being let out. He's gone, because this is like the last song also gets its own dedicated page, Goner, and it's doves. And like this sounds like it's a battle between him and Blurryface, but the songs are your meanings because they belong to you. These are my ideas, and this is what I think of them. So we're going to put this nicely back in there. There we go. That was quite cool all white actually. But of course, Blurryface must obstruct what we eventually see again, distorting what everybody sees. And this might also be media influence, because he talked about media in some of his songs obstructing things. So, I hope you enjoyed this little sort of unboxing and exploration of Blurryface. I bet you wish you wanted one of these, because I do. Wait, I have one. And I'm going to put it on my wall when I get back home to Manchester. So, thank you for watching. I'm going to upload it to YouTube now. Peace, dudes. If you like this, there's not really much else of it. This is kind of a one-off thing. I mainly did it for my Tumblr, so I could post a link onto it and do an explanation. But yeah, support 21 Pilots. Buy one of their albums, whether it be Vessel or Blurryface. Blurryface is a very good album, but so is Vessel. They're very good. And if you can pick up regional at best or self-titled, go do it. I wish I had that in physical CD. Peace out, dudes. And click, don't stop creating.